Morty and charming Theo. Morty the new mouse. Meet our new student, Miss Snicker Whiskers announced. Theo has just moved her from Holland. She pointed to a small country on the map to Europe. Let's all welcome him, she added. The new mouse said hello and took his seat. During recess, the other students showed Theo around and admired his soccer skills. Everyone was gathered around Theo except Morty, Ben, and Fred. They weren't used to being ignored. I don't see what's so great about him anyway, Morty grumbled. No worries, Fred replied. He may be the newest mouse, but we're still the coolest. Morty and Ben agreed. Theo won't be big news for long, Morty said. Tuesday with Theo. At afternoon recess, Morty, Ben, and Fred were the first ones on the soccer field. They were always given first pick of the players. Theo arrived and started to juggle the soccer ball with his feet. He even balanced the ball on his head. The students crowded around in awe. Any team with Theo will be unbeatable, one mouse exclaimed. I want to be on Theo's team, said another. They formed teams and started to play. Theo was as skilled as everyone thought. We can't compete with those moves, Fred groaned when Theo scored another goal. When the bell rang, everyone headed back to their classroom. Morty overheard a few mice say, Theo is the coolest mouse in the whole school. When is without Theo? When is during gym class? Coach Mac announced, remember, you need a permission slip to play in the soccer game after school. Morty smirked and showed the ship. He stole them from Theo's box to Ben and Fred. Theo won't be showing off at the game today, he whispered. Theo looked puzzled. When were the slips given out? He asked. You didn't get one, Morty snickered. That's too bad. He waved the slip behind his back as Fred and Ben tried not to burst out laughing. When school ended, the mass chattered about the game. We are going to run as fast as Mega Mouse on the field, Fred bragged. Theo's ears perked up. Do you play the new Mega Mouse video game? When school ended, the mice chattered about the game. We are going to run as fast as Mega Mouse on the field, Fred bragged. Theo's ears perked up. Do you play the new Mega Mouse video game? He asked. I'm on level 12. Morty, Ben, and Fred glared at Theo. We beat 12 ages ago, Morty scoffed. In fact, they had only made it to 12-13 in the weekend before. Oh, Theo laughed. I suppose I'm not a very good gamer. No kidding, Morty sneered. We only play with the best. Theo blushed as Morty, Fred, and Ben left the table. Everyone scampered to the score field, except Theo, who walked steadily to the bus. Even with Theo gone, the others were still talking about his skills. I need a way for everyone to see that he's a loser, Morty thought. He used his nose for trouble to make a plan. Stinky Thursday. Morty got up early on the Thursday morning. Reaching in the fridge, he grabbed a stinky chunk of forgotten cheese. It was green in the color with blackish purple spots and patches of white spots. Morty tucked in his backpack scurried into the classroom before everyone else arrived and scribbled a note. Taking lunch for Stinky Theo, he placed the note over the nasty's trunk and stuck it in Theo's desk. By the time the bell rang, the awful smell was everywhere. Yuck, sick, rotten, gross. The students squeaked, holding their paws over their nose. Miss Whiskers held a handkerchief over her nose. Smells like someone forgot to take their lunchbox home, she said. Clear everything out of your desks. Theo placed a few papers on his chair before he pulled up the touched cheese. Morty watched him read the note. Were Theo's eyes watering for the smell or the note? Morty wondered. Theo brought a sticky bundle to Miss Whisker. I guess I forgot this cheese in my desk. I'm sorry, Theo muttered. He crumpled the note in his hand. That's all right, Theo, Miss Whisker replied. It was just a mistake. The class stared in silence as Theo returned to his desk. No wonder he has such stinky breath, Morty said quietly so Miss Whisker wouldn't hear. The mice around him giggled, and Theo grew red with embarrassment. Morty was satisfied. No one likes a smelly mouse, he thought with delight. Friends on Friday. The next morning before school, Mother called Morty. There's someone here for you. Morty scampered to the door and saw Theo. Good morning, Theo said nervously. May I walk with you to school? I don't know. I have to meet Ben and Fred, Morty said as they started to leave. Theo walked with him. You are lucky to have best friends, Theo said with a sigh. We move a lot, so I've never had any for long. What a loser, Morty thought, but he couldn't help but feel a little guilty about picking on Theo. I know, you put the cheese in my desk, Theo said. Why didn't you tell me? Morty asked. Theo took a soccer ball out of his backpack and started kicking it as they walked. You don't like me, he said, but I don't understand why. I wanted to be your friend because it seems as if we enjoy the same things. If you don't want to be my friends, that's cool, but I hope we can at least be nice to each other. Morty felt awful. He had no real reason to dislike Theo. Along with the charm and the soccer moves, Morty realized that Theo had a quality he rarely admired. He was forgiving. Theo knew how to be a friend. Morty remembered when he was younger and his mother talked about being green with envy. She told him that jealousy is a bad thing that can hurt everyone. What Morty remembered was green and a word that sounded like jelly. Morty finally realized why they couldn't stand Theo. Morty was buried in a slimy green jelly. Morty looked down at his feet. I was really mean to you, he admitted. I should have been. You are not so bad. He patted Theo on the back. Theo smiled. It's okay, he said. So we are good. Morty agreed. By Saturday, Morty, Ben, and Fred and welcomed Morty, Ben, Fred, and Theo. They were always the most popular mice, but with Theo in their group, Morty, being afraid, soon became a kinder mouse.